So I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
curious, like,
that's
what
my
happened?
that's my job basically. I'm a role switcher.
Yeah.
Where we don't have really a jet player, and I'm like, please don't like make me int scrims on jet because I haven't played jet in a scrim like at all. We will see chamber almost in every series at least.
Wow, that's super interesting.
For me, I love the changes that they make like before tournaments and stuff like that because it gets crazy. Like they brought the full on Ares meta. I was ready to just get spammed and die every round at some point. I was just ready for it.
Got to pull up the page here. We got Nature coming in next. I don't think I've ever spoken to Nature.
You have not spoken to me. You have
Yeah. Oh shit, you're here already.
Yes, I
Yo,
am.
what's good, man? How you been doing? How's the team doing in LA right now?
Doing good. We all are just messing around with each other as usual. Pretty
This-
obvious when you have Gi on the team. It's crazy. So,
yeah. This is your second boot camp with the team, right? If I remember correctly.
yeah. I mean, technically, like LCQ was like a boot camp, but
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. And how has your experience been with the team since you joined it? Because I'm not sure if this is true or not. So what game did you come from previously
came from
before
CS.
Valorant?
Came
CS.
from
Okay.
CS, but I wasn't like anything like special in that game. Just
Okay.
played a lot, and I was like, oh, this game's like impossible to go pro in at this point. And I went like battle royales and all that stuff for fun. I was
That's
like,
dope.
well, if I want to give it a chance, I was like, Valorant's about to come out, and then that's the way it went.
That's super cool. So how were you found by the team? Like who on the team approached you and like what was the role suggestion like? Because you've also had role switches in the team. So I'm
Oh yeah,
just curious like
that's
what
my
happened?
that's my job basically. I'm a role switcher.
Yeah.
So I had parted ways with Immortals, and then Andrew, the manager, like hit me up and everything. We talked for a little bit, and I pretty much like the best part about it was like he told me the role I was gonna play. I was like okay, thank God, because it was like we don't have really a jet player, and I'm like, please don't like make me int scrims on jet because I haven't played jet in a scrim like at all. That's the first thing I told him when he messaged me. Then like he's like, no, you'll be on Sentinel, and I tried out as an IGL as well. So I was the IGL right as I joined Gen.G, and then we swapped Kenny. Maybe like 3 weeks after.
Dude, I knew it. I thought so. Yeah, we were talking about this beforehand. That's so insane. So you weren't planning on being a Jet on this team, but you ended up being the Jet?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's probably because your mechanics are insane. Like I bet some of like the players on the team were like, yeah, I think he'd probably be better in the Jet role. So coming
That's definitely what happened. And then give you like a little insider info because I've like pretty much said it. Like now we have a mirror. Like if you've seen this guy rhyme, he's like insane. I don't even get it. He just like I'm a sprayer a good portion of the time. This guy, if he sprays, I know he lost the fight. If he does anything but spraying, he wins every fight. So you're gonna see him. You're gonna see him on that role now for sure.
he's got that EU headshot machine thing going. He
Yeah,
played
like
Existence, who played with Scream, so maybe there's something to that.
there is definitely. It's like crazy.
Dude, that's insane. So coming into this year, are you staying on the Jet?
Oh no, no. You have
No.
moved me. I'm a role swapper, as I said.
Dude, you really are. Like I'm looking down your VLR page right now, bro, and I'm gonna say the agents you've played: Omen, Raze, Phoenix, Breach, Reyna, Astra, Sky, Sova, Brim, Cypher, and Jet. Is that
Yes,
pretty much like
sir.
every agent? That's
Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. We're adding a new one in there too. You guys, you'll see it. It's pretty nice.
let's go. Neon, dude. Right?
Neon, I wish. No, no, no. It's
No?
Sova. I'm on the Sova roll now.
Okay. So what you're saying is that Neon isn't practical or what?
Oh no, that has to be explored more. I think it's a pretty hard agent probably to play in the game right now, especially with the time restraint we were given. I think it's really
Mm.
like I think that's probably the most fun that the qualifier is going to be is what teams are like. Let's just try it. Like the ones that don't think they have 100% clear cut like top four, give it a go and actually make it because of it. Because I think it's a high chance that there's like a neon team that's not like a huge tier one team that can make top four pretty easily. Because she's good, I think.
Really? So is she like owning in scrims right now when you
Oh,
run up?
we've only played against it, I think, twice. The people we've went against are like they were just tried it out the first days, but they said it's like not fully practical as the agent takes like a lot to get used to and stuff like that. And utility on that agent, like you can overuse so much util on her.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand, myself included, obviously, as like armchair analyst. When a new agent is added into the game, it seems like it takes so long for pro teams to implement it in, but it's not because the individual agent is hard. It's like you guys have all these protocols on how to layer things, right? Like Jet creates ground and then the wall goes up and then so you have to like retool everything when you add in a new agent, especially when you take away an agent like Jet. That's the main thing. It's like you're taking away something, so you got to think about how to replace what you're taking away. It's not only what you're adding.
Uh,
And it's super difficult. It seems like for the pro teams.
it's even with the chamber. I think that we didn't see it as fast as we should have after like LCQ and stuff like that because teams were. I think teams want to change, but they also want to like make everything as good as they can, like as perfect as they can, and then they're worried about doing that, and then like teams like started to play Chamber a lot, and they notice like how good he is. Like if we will see Chamber almost in every series at least.
Wow, that's super interesting. So Chamber is an agent that's going to get picked a lot. So if Chamber's picked a lot and Jet's picked a lot and Neon has the potential to get picked a lot, do you think KO is going to get picked a lot because he could suppress away a lot of those abilities?
Oh yeah, we've been going. I think people are picking up KO a lot more, and I think they're using their flashes in more of a consistent way. I think I think what the biggest problem with teams that were playing KO is like they always were just always like sitting in a corner flashing for their whole team and stuff like that. And I think that's like really hard to do in this game. You can't set one person up or two people up. You have to set like the whole group up. And I think like his right click is extremely broken compared to like his left click.
Yeah, that pop time and like no sound. Ooh, that's nasty. Don't know if I could say that word, but let's see. I'm going to go into the chat questions now. So I kind of already a little bit asked you this, but what's your mindset going into this first open qualifier on Thursday? Like what is your guys' mindset? What are your goals? Like what do you look to gain from it? And like, do you think you're going to advance through cleanly to the next round?
Uh, I don't think anybody feels cleanly about it, but I think I'm excited because of the changes. Like for me, I love the changes that they make like before tournaments and stuff like that because it gets crazy. Like they brought the full on Ares meta. I was ready to just get spammed and die every round at some point. I was just ready for it, and I was excited about it. I think they've probably made the change like in the correct way. It's not as good anymore, but it should be used. And like some of the like changes like that, I love a lot. And the changes before that they've done in the open calls like completely changes the game, and I like that a lot. I like chaos and stuff like that. But I think we have a pretty high chance to make it in the top four. I think that our competition, like we've played against pretty well in the past, uh, including like one team, which we have a barrier over sometimes. But other than that, we're good.
Yeah. And that's something that another people I have to keep going into this because you guys didn't really play that many matches last year. So when people see like the lack of results, they might mistakenly think that this team, isn't in the top 10. But when you look at the teams that Gen.G lost to last year, you guys literally
We're
only
top
lost
three.
to like the top teams. Yeah. It's just that you didn't play a lot of matches. So like you didn't get the recognition that some of the other teams that lost to those same teams had. I hope that changes this year for sure. But I definitely favor you guys heavily in this first open qualifier. So
I
that'll be
think
fun to watch.
go on that. I think a lot of teams are gonna like start getting recognition from the like the round robin event that they brought up because it's gonna let them play against like every team and stuff like that. Like I think they got a pretty good recognition, but they pretty much lost to like the same teams we lost to last year. It was Envy, 100 Thieves, C9, right? Like that's who they're losing to. And then like
Yeah.
we have the Rise in there every once in a while that they were like popping off.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt when I watched you guys play. It was kind of an unlucky year. I'm gonna keep it real. And then another question from chat from Timor: if you design the next agent, who would it be, and what abilities would they have?
Yeah.
What's on your bucket list? I don't know how you added that. What's on your bucket list at the end?
I don't know about that last part. I've thought about this a little bit, and like with the way the game's gone, they've come with some like crazy agents. So you might as well like if you want to go that direction, I think you should go for some like crazy stuff. Like I want someone like on the walls or something like grappling or something like crazy. I want to have to shoot someone that's literally climbing up and down the wall, straight up.
Dude, you want more movement
Oh,
abilities in this game? Come on.
yeah, more movement. Like, I mean, it's the way the game's like heading so far.
It is.
So I'm okay with it. Like, we could get like another Yoru TP, but then the character's never played, right? So Till we see the changes, unless they're insane. We don't know yet.
Yeah, dude, those changes they look pretty insane. What do you, have you read them?
I have not read them. No.
Okay, I'll just let you be surprised, man. There's like
Yeah.
holograms flying at you that look like real people and stuff, and yours the truth, man. Just just blindly start practicing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for you, man. So, how do you feel you've grown as a competitor since the last time you played on broadcast? Because you guys didn't get to play much. We haven't seen you since I think LCQ. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel like you've grown since last time?
I think I just see the game differently and all the roles that I've played, right? Like, I think I grow more and more after every role I've played. Now I'm on like the initiator role and stuff like that. You see the game like in a different aspect after you play like this role for sure. It's like purely about information. You have to learn how to like communicate much more than in situations where you have like all the info and you know what to do and stuff like that. So I would say like I've grown and to be able to take initiative into like certain situations.
Yeah, dude. I have to say, you've done a great job in this opening year. You really impressed me last year, especially when I watched you like on the jet and like open things up. I always found I didn't know when you gave in-game leading back actually to Kusta. So I had the impression that you were in-game leading for probably like a month or two longer than you actually were. But I was always very impressed with your micro decisions to stay alive on Jet when you played her. And also you knew when to extend into kills. So I'm really excited what you can do this year on the initiator role. And yeah, I know it's really hard to like stop gap all these holes on the team. So I just
Yeah.
want to say like you're doing a great job of it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But yeah, man, that's all I got for you, bro.